this video, let's take a look at pictures of this jackal and my choice of lens and camera settings that I used to click these pictures. I used a 70 to 200mm lens with an aperture of 2.8. That's how important it is to have a lens with a fast aperture on days like this, because even at a very wide aperture of 2.8, the shutter speed was only 1/60th of a second. These lenses have fantastic image stabilization, and that's why I could click sharp pictures at a slower shutter speed of 1/60th of a second on this overcast day, even though the jackal would keep moving its head and body from time to time. I set my ISO to 400. I discuss lenses in more detail in my book, Wildlife Photography Explained. You can find the link in the description. Photographing wildlife on overcast days comes with its own set of challenges and rewards. The softer diffused light eliminates harsh shadows, making it easier to capture even details across the animal's features. This can be a blessing when you're clicking subjects with contrasting tones, such as dark fur or feathers against a lighter background. The lack of direct sunlight means that you may have to increase your ISO or lower your shutter speed, which may introduce noise or motion blur if not managed correctly. You will also have to adjust your white balance to bring out the natural tones in cooler light. The muted tones of an overcast day can bring a calm, moody atmosphere in your photos. This is especially true when you're photographing animals in lush habitats, where the soft light brings out the greens and browns without oversaturating. Overcast skies also encourage more wildlife activity, as animals are more active in cooler weather. While the lighting may not seem ideal, it's an opportunity to focus on texture, expression, and subtle colors which might otherwise be missed on blaring sunny days. A 70 to 200mm lens is not sufficient to photograph birds, especially small birds, and consumer zoom lenses such as the 100 to 400mm lens tends to have its widest aperture at 5.6, which is not fast enough to click pictures on overcast days like this at lower ISO values. Lower ISO values result in better color reproduction, whereas if I increase my ISO beyond 400, for example, to 800 or 1600 or 3200, very often it's very difficult to get the right color accuracy. Even though we have some phenomenal AI tools for noise reduction these days, I find that lower ISOs still give you the best color reproduction. Now you know more about wildlife photography, which will help you to click better pictures. Keep building on your knowledge by watching this next video, where I show you how I clicked photographs of this Baya weaver munching away.